Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how getting out of bed seems harder than it used to be? Or maybe a simple walk around the block leaves you feeling more tired than it should? If you've been feeling this way, you're not alone. Aging brings changes, but make no mistake, you don't have to accept them as your new reality. The truth is, you can regain your strength, energy, and mobility at any age. And today I'm going to show you how to take control of your body and start living with more confidence. Stay with me as we dive into the 5 powerful practices that can transform the way you move and feel, helping you embrace life with vitality once again. You deserve to wake up every day feeling strong and capable, and I'm here to show you how. Let's get started. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. It's never ever too late to reclaim your strength and vitality, no matter where you are in life. I want to remind you that age is nothing more than a number, and just because the years are passing by, doesn't mean you have to accept a life filled with limitations. No, you have the power within you to rise above that, to move with ease, to feel alive again, and most importantly, to live with a sense of purpose and joy. Today, I'm going to share 5 incredibly simple, yet profoundly powerful practices that can help you not only move better, but also feel better and embrace life with a renewed sense of confidence. These aren't complicated, unrealistic goals. They're small shifts you can make starting today. Now, trust me when I say that by the end of this video, you'll feel a spark of motivation to take action. The last 2 tips I'm going to share with you, they are absolute game changers, things that will shift your perspective and truly set you on a path toward living your best life. It's not just about adding more years to your life, it's about truly adding life to those years. You have the right to wake up every morning with energy, with purpose, and with the feeling that you're still capable of doing amazing things, no matter your age. So please stay with me as we dive into the first step of this transformative journey toward reclaiming your energy and mobility. You deserve T. 1. Understand what's happening to your body. Aging, in its truest sense, is not about surrendering to the idea that movement becomes impossible or unnecessary. It's about understanding that your body is evolving and that with the right kind of care, it can continue to serve you in ways you may not have thought possible. So many of us have been led to believe that stiffness, weakness, and sluggishness are inevitable side effects of getting older. But here's the truth. Much of what we feel as a decline in vitality is not the result of age, but of neglect, of inactivity. We forget how essential it is to keep moving, to nourish and support the body we live in. Let me tell you about Barbara, a woman whose struggle mirrors the silent battle many of us face. For years, Barbara avoided movement, believing that slowing down was just part of growing older. She thought that staying still would somehow keep her from feeling the weight of time. But instead, the opposite happened. The more she refused to move, the weaker her muscles became, the more fatigue she felt, even when she wasn't doing anything. The cycle of inactivity fed into itself, and she found herself feeling older, slower, and more vulnerable than she was. It's a heartbreaking place to be, to feel trapped in your own body, when all you want is to feel capable again. But the turning point came when Barbara realized something that I want you to take to heart. Her body was meant to move. And when she finally decided to take action, when she broke free from the fear of discomfort and the habits that had held her back, she began to transform. It didn't happen overnight, but each small step was a victory. Small movements, little choices that started to shift her reality. And that's the beauty of it. It's never too late to change the course you're on. When you stop moving, you stop thriving. Your muscles begin to weaken, your joints stiffen, and your energy seeps away, leaving you feeling drained. It's like an old car sitting idle for far too long. The engine refuses to start, the tires lose air, and before you know it, the battery is dead. Your body is the same way. When you don't give it the movement it craves, it starts to break down. But here's the powerful truth. When you start moving, even in small ways, your body wakes up. It responds, it gets stronger, it gets better, and every day you move, you reclaim more of your vitality. The key is to start small, but with intention. If the thought of walking a long distance overwhelms you, begin with a simple walk around your home. If you wake up feeling stiff, take a few minutes to stretch before you even get out of bed. And those stairs, they don't have to be a mountain. Start by practicing stepping up and down just one step, and celebrate every little triumph. These might seem like minor actions, but trust me, they're anything but insignificant. They are the foundation of your comeback. Barbara's journey started with just 5 minutes of walking each day. At first, it felt like nothing, but those 5 minutes turned into 10, and then 20. Before long, she noticed her legs getting stronger, her balance improving, and something even more powerful. Her confidence began to grow. She was building back the life she thought was slipping away. And that's the most beautiful part of it all. You are never too old, never too far gone to rebuild your strength, your independence, and your mobility. Your body is resilient, and it will always rise to the challenge when you ask it to. Movement is not a luxury, it's a necessity. And if you want to maintain the kind of independence you deserve, it must become a part of your daily life. So take a deep breath and permit yourself to start small. Every little movement you make is a step toward rediscovering the life within you. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Your body is waiting to respond. 2. Stop accepting fatigue as normal. As we age, one of the most insidious issues that often creeps up on us is the feeling of constant exhaustion. You wake up in the morning expecting to feel refreshed, but instead you still feel drained. By the time afternoon rolls around, all you want to do is sit down, close your eyes, and rest. You haven't even done much yet, but your body feels as if it's carrying a heavy load, and by evening, exhaustion has settled in, even though you haven't exerted yourself physically. It's frustrating, and I know many of us have been there. Barbara, like so many others, believed that this fatigue was simply part of the aging process. She thought, this is just what happens when you get older. But what she didn't realize was that fatigue is often a result of poor habits, not the natural course of aging. It's something that can be fixed. Things like inconsistent sleep, lack of movement, and poor hydration sneak up on us over time and begin to take their toll. They compound and cause us to feel more sluggish than we should. The weight of these habits can feel so heavy, and before you know it, you're trapped in a cycle of exhaustion. But here's the thing. If you're constantly tired, it's time to dig deeper. There's more to it than just getting older. The first question I would ask is, are you drinking enough water? Dehydration is one of the sneakiest culprits behind fatigue. You could be dehydrated without even realizing it, and it can leave you feeling like you're walking through life in a fog. Are you getting restful sleep? Many of us neglect this, thinking we can get by on less. However, poor sleep quality leads to brain fog, a lack of motivation, and an overwhelming sense of mental and physical exhaustion. Lastly, how much movement are you getting during the day? It seems counterintuitive, but the less you move, the more fatigued you feel. It's a vicious cycle. The more stagnant you are, the more drained you become. Now, here's the good news. There are simple, actionable steps you can take to break free from this constant tiredness. First, start by improving your hydration. Many of us mistake dehydration for just being tired, but a simple glass of water can do wonders. Make sure you're drinking enough throughout the day. Your body will thank you for it. Next, focus on your sleep. Try to establish a regular bedtime routine. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. It may sound simple, but consistency is key. Avoid the temptation to check your phone or watch TV right before bed. Those pesky screens emit blue light that interferes with your sleep hormones. By cutting that out, you'll notice a drastic difference in how you sleep. And finally, get moving. It's funny because when we feel tired, the last thing we want to do is move. But I promise you, the act of moving, whether it's a short walk, some stretches, or even simple movements around the house, will give you more energy than you could ever imagine. When Barbara started to make these changes, she couldn't believe how much better she felt. No longer did she drag herself through the day feeling like she was just going through the motions. She woke up with more energy, motivation, and a renewed sense of purpose. She realized that the thing that was truly slowing her down wasn't her age. It was the habits she had fallen into. Fatigue doesn't have to be your reality, and it doesn't have to be inevitable as you get older. If you start incorporating these small changes, you'll notice a shift in your energy levels within just a few days. It doesn't require drastic changes, just small, consistent adjustments to how you take care of yourself. If you give your body the care and attention it deserves, it will respond with the vitality you've been missing. So take that first step today. Your energy is waiting to be restored. 3. Your mindset matters more than you think. If there's one thing that truly sets apart those who age with strength, vitality, and a sense of purpose from those who struggle, it is their mindset. The way you view aging has an enormous impact on how you experience it, how you feel physically, emotionally, and mentally. Aging doesn't have to mean slowing down or accepting limitations. Barbara had spent years telling herself that she was too old for exercise, for learning new things, or for making any significant changes in her life. She thought age had already set the boundaries for her, but once she challenged those beliefs, once she decided to see aging not as something to fear, but as an opportunity to better care for herself, everything began to change. The moment Barbara stopped viewing age as a barrier, her body began to follow suit. You see, if you hold on to the belief that you're too old to improve, to move, or to regain strength, you'll end up proving yourself right. But if you choose to believe deep down that you are capable of change, no matter your age, you will prove that to be true as well. The power lies within your mind. The choice is yours. You are never too old to start moving again, to rediscover your strength, or to feel energized. You are never too old to reclaim control of your life and live it on your terms, free from the confines of your age. I challenge you today to make one small change, just one, whether it's drinking a little more water, stretching in the morning before getting out of bed, or simply standing up more often throughout the day. These small, seemingly insignificant actions build up over time, and trust me, they will make a world of difference for your future self. When you begin to take small actions, you are investing in your future. In a healthier, stronger, more energetic version of yourself, you are building a foundation for the life you want to live. This is only the beginning, and in the next section, I'm going to share with you one of the most powerful, yet most overlooked, factors in staying strong, independent, and healthy as you age. It's something you might not even think about, but it can play a major role in how you feel, physically and emotionally. Stay with me, because you won't want to miss this. Barbara had made up her mind. She wasn't going to let age be the thing that slowed her down. She started walking a little more each day, drinking more water, and paying closer attention to her sleep patterns. And sure enough, she felt better. But there was still something missing. She would wake up groggy some mornings, and some days her legs felt heavy, like they didn't want to move. In the afternoons, the familiar wave of exhaustion would creep in. She was doing everything right, so why wasn't she feeling as energized as she had hoped? It was frustrating. She couldn't understand why she wasn't feeling the way she thought she should. That's when she uncovered one of the biggest, most overlooked factors in aging well: sleep. Sleep is something many people overlook, assuming it's just about resting, but it's much more than that. It's about rebuilding. Your body needs sleep to repair itself. It strengthens your muscles, restores your energy, and even sharpens your mind. If your sleep quality is poor, your body doesn't get the chance to complete this vital repair process. And that's why, no matter how hard you try to exercise, drink water, or eat well, your body might still feel sluggish. Barbara was shocked when she realized how poorly she had been sleeping. It wasn't just age that was dragging her down. It was the fact that she wasn't allowing her body to fully recover. Does this sound familiar to you? Waking up multiple times throughout the night, tossing and turning, or feeling like you never truly get a restful night's sleep? It's easy to think that these are just normal signs of aging, but the truth is that you have more control over your sleep quality than you may realize. Here's what Barbara did to transform her nights, and what you can do starting right now. First, she set a consistent sleep schedule. She made sure she went to bed and woke up at the same time every day. It may seem like a simple change, but our bodies thrive on routine. Having a set sleep schedule helps regulate your body's internal clock and improves sleep quality over time. Second, she created a wind-down ritual. About an hour before bed, she would turn off all electronics, dim the lights, and take a warm bath to help her body relax. This gave her mind the space to unwind, signaling to her body that it was time to rest. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Third, she transformed her bedroom into a sanctuary. No more bright lights or distractions, just a calm, peaceful space designed for relaxation and sleep. She made sure her room was cool, dark, and free from interruptions. Within a week, Barbara woke up feeling refreshed instead of exhausted. Her mind was clearer, her body felt stronger, and she had more energy throughout the day. This is a reminder to you. You deserve restful, rejuvenating sleep. Don't let poor sleep rob you of your vitality. Try these simple changes and see the difference for yourself. You'll be amazed at how much better you feel when you allow your body the time and space to truly rest and recover. But Barbara's journey wasn't over. There was still one more factor she had to tackle, something even more dangerous than poor sleep. Something that many of us are guilty of, whether we realize it or not, is the hidden danger in our daily routines. If I asked you how much time you spend sitting each day, what would your answer be? A few hours? Maybe 5? Now double it. Most people don't realize just how much time they spend sitting, whether it's during meals, watching TV, scrolling through your phone, or just relaxing. Sitting has become the default mode of life, and Barbara was no exception. She thought she was staying active enough. After all, she took short walks and moved around the house. But when she began tracking how much time she spent sitting each day, she was shocked to discover she spent over 8 hours sitting. And here's the alarming truth. The harder it becomes to get back up. Sitting for long periods causes your blood circulation to slow down, your muscles to weaken, and your flexibility to decrease. Over time, the effects of this inactivity start to add up. And even simple movements like getting up from a chair or climbing stairs begin to feel like insurmountable challenges. Barbara didn't want that for herself, and I know you don't want it for yourself either. So here's what she did and what you can start doing today. First, stand up every hour. Set a reminder if you have to. Even standing up and stretching for just a minute can make a huge difference. Second, move while you're doing everyday activities. Barbara started marching in place while brushing her teeth, pacing around the house while on the phone, and even doing light stretches while watching TV. Third, move a natural part of your life. Barbara didn't force herself into intense workouts. Instead, she found small ways to move throughout the day, parking farther from the store, taking the stairs instead of the elevator, and even dancing to her favorite song in the kitchen. Within weeks, Barbara felt lighter. Her legs moved more easily, and best of all, she no longer felt trapped by her stiffness. Movement truly is the key to keeping your independence as you age. The longer you stay still, the harder it will be to move, and one day you may find yourself struggling with basic tasks. But you have the power to change that right now. Start moving a little more today than you did yesterday. Trust me, your future self will thank you. By this point, Barbara was feeling better than ever, sleeping well, moving more, and gaining control over her energy. But there was still one thing missing, something she hadn't realized was affecting everything from her bones to her mood. In the next section, I'll share with you the one free, effortless thing that can transform your health almost instantly. You don't want to miss this. 4. The one thing you're probably missing every day. Barbara was truly on a roll. She was moving more, sitting less, and sleeping better than she had in years. Her energy was returning, her body felt stronger, and for the first time in a long time, she finally felt in control of her aging process. It was as if the fog had lifted and she could see a path forward. But then, one afternoon, while sitting on her porch, something surprising happened. Despite all the progress she had made, Barbara realized she still felt a little off. It wasn't a dramatic feeling, but it was there. On days when her joints felt stiff, when her mood dipped for no apparent reason, when she couldn't quite put her finger on why she wasn't feeling as vibrant as she should. This was frustrating. She had put so much work into moving her body, improving her sleep, and changing her habits, so why did she still feel like something was missing? That's when her doctor asked her a question that, in hindsight, seemed so simple but turned out to be the key to unlocking everything. How often do you go outside? Barbara paused and thought about it. Sure, she took short walks now and then, but most of her time was spent indoors, reading, watching TV, or tidying up around the house. The idea that staying inside too much could be contributing to her sense of fatigue and discomfort hadn't crossed her mind. She had never considered how important it was for her to step outside every day and soak up a little natural light. What she learned next was a revelation, and it was something that once she understood, she couldn't ignore any longer. Most people are aware that sunlight helps our bodies produce vitamin D, but Barbara was shocked to learn just how essential this vitamin is, especially as we age. Vitamin D is a powerhouse when it comes to maintaining strong bones, flexible muscles, and pain-free joints. Without enough of it, bones weaken and the risk of falls increases. Movement becomes stiff and difficult, and overall vitality takes a hit. And here's the kicker: our bodies naturally produce less vitamin D as we get older, which means that if we're not spending enough time outdoors, we're missing out on one of the most effective, free, and natural health boosters available. Barbara had never connected the dots between her joint pain, occasional fatigue, and the possibility that she wasn't getting enough sunlight. For years, she had simply accepted these feelings as part of getting older. But now she wondered, what if they weren't? What if she could feel better simply by spending more time outside? Determined to test this theory, Barbara decided to try something simple, something she could easily add to her daily routine. Every morning, she made it a point to step outside for just 10 minutes. No complicated workout, no extra effort. Just sitting on her porch, allowing the sunlight to touch her skin. The difference she felt was astonishing. Within weeks, she noticed her mood lifting, her joints feeling less stiff, and even her sleep improving. The sunlight seemed to bring her back to life in ways she hadn't expected. And you know what? Science backs up what Barbara discovered. Studies have shown that regular exposure to sunlight has profound benefits. It can improve sleep, boost mood, enhance immune function, and even support brain health. The sun, in all its warmth and brightness, does more than just light up the world. It lights up your body, helping it function at its best. So let me ask you, how much time do you spend outdoors each day? If your answer is not much, it's time to make a change. And the best part, you don't need to make huge adjustments to start feeling the benefits. It doesn't have to be a drastic transformation, but it does require a shift in how you view your daily routine. Here's how you can begin to feel the benefits today. First, aim for just 10 to 15 minutes of sunlight per day. Morning sunlight is especially powerful because it helps regulate your body's internal sleep cycle, but any sunlight during the day is better than none at all. Second, make it part of your daily routine. Maybe you drink your morning coffee outside, take a short walk after lunch, or simply sit by a window where the sunlight can reach you. Find small ways to incorporate it into your day. Third, always protect your skin. If you plan to be outside for longer periods, make sure to wear sunscreen, but don't shy away from the sun. Your body needs it, and just a little sunlight can do wonders. Barbara couldn't believe how such a simple habit could make such a profound difference. She was finally starting to feel like herself again, stronger, happier, and more energized. The constant feeling of being drained and stuck had begun to fade, and she realized just how essential this daily sunlight was to her overall well-being. But as much as sunlight had improved her energy and mood, Barbara knew there was still one more thing to tackle. There was one more habit she needed to change to ensure that she never lost her independence or her ability to move freely. She wasn't done yet, because there was always more to discover about how to age with strength and vitality, and she was determined to keep going. 5. The simple habit that keeps you on your feet. One morning, as Barbara bent down to tie her shoe, she felt that all too familiar ache in her knees. It wasn't severe, just a subtle discomfort, but it was enough to make her pause. And in that moment, she knew exactly what it meant. Her legs were getting weaker. Despite all the progress she had made in other areas, she hadn't been focusing on strengthening her legs, and she knew that was a crucial oversight. If she didn't take action now, she could already imagine what was coming next: difficulty standing up, unsteady balance, and an increased risk of falling. Barbara had witnessed this firsthand in her friends. One small misstep, a simple fall, and suddenly their world was turned upside down. A fractured hip, a broken bone, and just like that, their independence was compromised. She couldn't and wouldn't let that happen to her. This was the wake-up call she needed, and Barbara committed herself that she would not let her legs fail her. She would take control now before it was too late. The truth is that your leg muscles are the foundation of your mobility. They're the ones that carry you through daily life. From standing up from a chair, to walking across the room, to climbing stairs, everything we do is made possible by our legs. But when those muscles weaken, all of these simple tasks start to feel harder. The loss of mobility isn't just about physical limitations, it's about losing your independence, your freedom, and your ability to live life the way you want to. The good news? You don't need to spend hours at the gym or adopt a complicated routine to make a difference. You just need to start somewhere. And that's exactly what Barbara did. She didn't sign up for a fancy gym membership or invest in expensive equipment. Instead, she took a few minutes each day to focus on leg exercises. She didn't overwhelm herself, she simply made it a daily habit. And the results came faster than she expected. Within weeks, Barbara felt her legs becoming stronger. Getting out of a chair became easier. Walking longer distances felt like no big deal. And climbing stairs? She did it without even thinking twice. She didn't need to make huge changes. It was the little, consistent steps she took each day that made the biggest impact. And if she could do it, so can you. Here are 3 simple leg exercises you can start today. No equipment required, just a few minutes of your time. Chair squats. Sit down in a sturdy chair, then stand up without using your hands to push yourself up. Do this 5 to 10 times to engage and wake up your leg muscles. It may sound simple, but this exercise works wonders for building strength in your thighs and glutes, which are essential for mobility. Leg lifts. While sitting, extend one leg straight out in front of you. Hold it for a few seconds, then lower it slowly. Repeat this with the other leg. This exercise targets your thigh muscles, which are key to maintaining balance and stability. Heel raises. Stand up and hold onto a sturdy surface, then rise onto your toes, hold for a few seconds, and slowly lower yourself back down. This exercise strengthens your calves, improves circulation, and helps prevent swelling in your legs, all while enhancing your balance. The key to success here isn't about doing an intense workout. It's about being consistent and making movement a part of your daily routine. Barbara started with just a few minutes a day, and over time, those small efforts added up. Now she moves with confidence, knowing that her legs can carry her wherever she wants to go. She has her freedom, and so can you. Losing mobility is about so much more than just not being able to walk. It's about losing the freedom to do the things you love, to live life without limitations. But you don't have to let that happen. You have the power to prevent it. Barbara's journey wasn't about making drastic, overwhelming changes. It was about taking small, consistent actions that over time had a profound impact on her life. And now Barbara was ready to take one more step, a simple yet powerful practice that would not only help her maintain her physical strength, but also bring her peace, clarity, and balance. It was something she had never tried before, but once she did, she knew she had found the missing piece to her puzzle. In the next section, I'm going to reveal this transformative practice, a practice that can change everything for you, your body, your mind, and your overall happiness. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. 6. The practice that transforms your body and mind. Barbara had come such a long way. She was moving more, sitting less, sleeping better, soaking up the sun every day, and strengthening her legs with simple exercises that had made a world of difference. Her body was getting stronger, and with every step she felt a renewed sense of vitality. It had been years since she felt this good, years since she had taken control of her health in such an intentional, empowering way. But there was still something missing. Despite all the physical progress she had made, there were times when Barbara still felt a deep tension in her muscles, a stiffness that refused to let go. Some mornings she'd wake up, and it felt as though her joints just didn't want to move. The rigidity was there, no matter how much she tried to stretch or shake it off. And then there were the mental challenges that came with aging. Barbara was no stranger to worry. What if she had a fall? What if she lost her independence and became a burden to her family? What if all the progress she had worked so hard for started slipping away and she couldn't keep up? The fear of the unknown loomed quietly in the background, a constant hum that followed her throughout the day. It didn't matter how much stronger she was getting physically. She knew that something was missing. She needed more than just physical strength. She needed something that would help her feel in control, not just of her body, but of her thoughts, of her fears, of the nagging anxiety that sometimes crept in. That's when she discovered yoga and Tai Chi. At first, Barbara was skeptical. She had always associated these practices with younger, more flexible people, not with someone in their 70s who had spent years avoiding movement because of pain or stiffness. But curiosity got the better of her, and after a week of practicing these gentle, mindful movements, she felt something incredible happen. The tension in her muscles started to ease. Her body felt looser, more balanced, and yes, more flexible than it had in years. It was as if a weight had been lifted from her body, and it wasn't just her body that was changing. Her mind was calmer, clearer, and more focused. The constant worry, the fear of falling, the dread of losing her independence, all of it started to fade as she immersed herself in the rhythm of the movements, the breath, and the present moment. The beauty of yoga and Tai Chi is that they offer so much more than just physical benefits. These practices aren't just about flexibility or strength. They are about cultivating inner peace, balance, and a sense of mindfulness. They allow you to reconnect with your body, to slow down, and to listen to what it needs. Barbara found that in the stillness and calm of these practices, her thoughts grew quieter, her fears lessened, and a sense of empowerment washed over her. And the best part? She didn't need to leave her living room to experience these changes. All she needed was a little time, a little space, and the willingness to try something new. If you've ever felt stiff, tense, or unsteady on your feet, if your mind sometimes feels overwhelmed with worries about aging, this might be the answer you've been looking for. Yoga and Tai Chi can help you become more in tune with your body, cultivate flexibility and strength, and most importantly, calm your mind. It's never too late to start, and you don't need to be young or perfectly flexible to experience the benefit. All you need is an open heart and the desire to take control of your health, your thoughts, and your well-being. So, just as Barbara did, take that first step. Let the gentle flow of yoga and Tai Chi be the missing piece that helps you not just age gracefully, but live confidently, knowing that your mind and body are in harmony, and that you have the strength to meet whatever comes next. You deserve that peace, and it's waiting for you. As we wrap up today's journey, let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've learned, from understanding the power of small, consistent actions, like moving more, sleeping better, and strengthening your legs, to the importance of sunlight and mental clarity through practices like yoga and Tai Chi. These are the building blocks of a stronger, more vibrant life, no matter your age. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned today that you will put into practice in your life? Maybe it's spending a few minutes outside each day, or it could be adding a simple leg exercise to your routine. Whatever it is, drop it in the comments below and share your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more empowering content. I look forward to hearing from you and supporting you on your journey to living life with strength, vitality, and confidence. See you in the next video.